All right.
Hey, Bonnie, how you doing?
Doing good.
Good. So you're out here on the lake. How long you been here?
Oh, it's 20 years or so.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah, good for you. You said you're still working a little bit, right? I think you said Friday through Sunday you're working?
Yeah, still working.
All right, good.
Hopefully we get done soon, but still working.
Good for you. All right, I'll get to it. We spoke on the phone. You do have a life insurance policy here with us, and like you had said, it's been a while since you've been in contact with anybody, right?
Yeah, haven't talked to anybody in years and years and years.
Okay, right. And, simply put, there's a lot of downsizing, elimination of agents when technology, the boom was, they thought they wouldn't need so many people out there, and that's mainly why I haven't seen anybody.
Okay.
But anyways, you got in here, we're getting through this life insurance. Before we get started, does this represent 100% of your life insurance?
I think I have some through work,
Okay.
but yeah, it's the only one that I have through.
All right, we'll touch on that a little bit after, but we'll mainly focus on this. I'm not sure if you're familiar with the type of policy this is. It's a permanent form of life insurance. Are you familiar with the difference between term and permanent?
Kind of.
Okay.
Permanent lasts forever, term insurance goes away.
Good, yep. Pretty much hit the nail on the head. But yes, like we said, this is a permanent form of life insurance. As long as the premiums are paid, the policy stays in good standing order. It'll pay out upon your passing, whether that's 90, 95, 100, whatever it might be. So one of the main focuses today is making sure the policy's healthy and you're still understanding how it works.
Okay.
I know briefly on the phone we talked lightly on the policy, a couple different components. There is, of course, the death benefit, but there's the cash value as well. The reason I asked you on the phone, and you got into a little bit, why you might need the life insurance money down the road, the cash value that's built up. Like we said, took this out when you were 25 years old. Long time has passed, but it's done a good job of building cash, and people's life insurance needs, they shift focus as you progress through your working years. Typically when we sit with somebody who's 25, their need for life insurance is different than that of a 65-year-old.
Mm-hmm.
At this point, the policy that you have has a dividend you get once a year. It's purchasing additional insurance. And like most people I sit with, getting into close to retirement years, it's not often common. You want to continue to buy life insurance, and there might be better uses for that cash. You said you might need the cash in retirement. You're not too sure. When do you think of retiring, you and your husband?
Well, my husband keeps saying 1 year, because that's it every year, so I think it's going to be, as soon as he retires, I'm going to retire, so we think it's pretty soon.
Okay. Any particular reason he keeps saying 1 year? Maybe he doesn't know if he can retire?
Yeah, that might be it.
Okay. You guys, you're not outside the normal working couple. A lot of times people get close to that age and they think they want to retire, but they're not 100% sure. Generally, what I do in my business is I help people make those decisions comfortably, understanding the assets they've built up in the time from transitioning from working years to retirement. I help people often make Social Security decisions, pension option decisions, how the 401ks, IRAs that you might have accumulated, how to implement those into an income stream getting into your retirement years. I'm not sure, do you have anybody, like you said, Kent does have the 401k through work. Is he getting any guidance through anyone at work?
No.
Okay. That's not uncommon. Generally, they help get you set up and they let you go. But are you, at this point, is this something you handle or does Kent handle it?
I can't handle it.
Right, okay. Now,
He's not home a lot, so when he is home, he doesn't like to deal with anything.
sure, not a problem with that. Do you know how he's set up as far as investments-wise within the 401k?
I'm not sure exactly.
Okay. Do you happen to have a statement handy? I could actually run through it with you and help you understand how Kent might be set up. Risk tolerance.
I think I do. Yeah, there it is.
Okay. You know how to read these things?
Not really.
Me either. But generally, there's several things that we look for, helping someone look and pay attention to their 401k, especially someone like Kent, who is very close to the transition from working years to retirement. It's ideally we want to be set up in a transitional phase. What I mean by that is you want to scale back on the amount of risk that he might be taking in this, because those are the most susceptible years to loss. 5 years prior to him retiring, 5 years after him retiring. Any volatility in the market can really mess up your retirement plans. Last thing we want to see someone do is make a rash decision a year before they want to retire in their 401k, and they prolong the time frame where they can retire. In quick glance, this is set up not so different than many other participants in 401ks. The one thing that quickly jumps out at me is the limited exposure to bonds, which is the conservative aspect of a portfolio. I think ideally, in order for me to better gauge how Kent is set up in this plan, I'd like to do what's called grading a portfolio. What we do is we use the Wall Street Journal. It's a third-party source. We plug in each of these funds, and it runs it in comparison to funds that have a similar objective. Spits it out a letter grade just like your kid would have got in high school, A, B, C, D, E, and it just lets you know how you're doing as compared to other investments with similar objectives. The big thing also is understanding that when retirement hits, the majority of people, almost everybody, will take what's in a 401k and shift it into an individual account, no longer having an association with the company that they've worked for. And also, several plans will have what's actually called in-service distribution, meaning it has the ability to have you move your money while you're still working to wrap some protections around it, so you're not so susceptible to market volatility. Not sure if you guys have ever heard of anything like that, or if anyone's gone through these ideas with you, but that's generally where I focus my business, is really helping people understand what they're doing and how it's going to transition into retirement.
Okay.
If you'd like, we can set up a follow-up in a couple of weeks. I can come back, give you my analysis of the portfolio, and give you some ideas moving forward on how to shift into those retirement years.
Okay.
How's next Tuesday?
Next Tuesday works.
I'm gonna stop it for a minute.